So a key input for dose prediction is the prescription dose that needs to be used. This corresponds to the dose that is assigned to each of the target volumes. So for instance, if you have like PTV 70, 66, and 50, you need to have a file for that patient that states that the prescription for that patient is those numbers. So to show you an example, we can look at a data set that actually has the information for the prescription. And you can see here we have several patients. And for each patient ID, we have a set. So we have a list with prescription values for that patient in centigrades. So the prescription has to always be in centigrades. And you can see that we're simply just mapping the ID of the patient with a list again that contains all the different prescription values. If the patient only has one target, you should only have one value in there inside of the square brackets. Now, I like to get this usually from the data itself, and to do that, you can actually run the main script, like I'll show you in a second. So here, if you notice, going back to the configuration file, all you really need to be able to do this is to specify the location of the data, the DICOM data. Again, the ID and the description, that's what actually builds your dataset folder and gets it ready to receive outputs. So with that specified, we can run the main.py. Just to restate something I said earlier, the Kubernetes Radiant command essentially runs the main.py. So if you're running this in a personal computer like I am right now, in a local computer and not Seadragon, you can run the main.py. If I was in Seadragon, I would run Kubernetes Radiant. So with that in mind, notice that in here I'm just doing the Python so that I can run a Python script, then main.py, and I'm specifying the configuration file. So this is the config liver RBT file, and then I'm telling it to do infer dose. So if I run this, you see that the script is going to start executing the dose inference procedure. So notice it's telling me data ID 95, experiment or name experiment, since I didn't specify an experiment name. And then it's going into getting those statistics and so on. And you can see that you can see here at the bottom, it's starting to analyze the prescription dose for all the patients.